Hey guys, Tim here. I'm going to be ranking every Gobblegum from worst to best in Black Ops 3 Zombies, and we're only going to be going over Mega Gobblegums, no classics, because A, classics are boring, B, the majority of the classics would be at the bottom of the list, and C, that just adds another 19 things I have to put in this video. So yeah, we're only ranking Megas, and we're excluding 2 Megas from this list, those being Flavor Hexed and I'm Feeling Lucky. Those are randomization, and you could have 2 severely different outcomes, so there's no genuine way to rank them. Also guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I spent an assload of time making this video, okay? You don't know how much time it takes to get all of this gameplay and then rank them and then produce this whole video. It took like 10-12 hours. So you know what? If you could leave a like on this video, that would mean the world to me. But anyways, let's get into it. Number 42, the worst Gobblegum in Zombies, hands down, is Licensed Contractor. It gives you a total of 600 points while also rebuilding all the barriers on the map. Not only is rebuilding barriers futile, however, it's completely useless and a waste of time and energy. Also, 600 points is pretty much nothing unless you're on round 3, in which case you really should be getting something else like an extra credit or a double points Gobblegum. Plus, a while ago, you actually had to spend 500 points to get a Gobblegum. Now it's free, but back then you would only be making a 100 point profit, which was even more pathetic. But yeah, I don't think it's up for debate. This is the worst Gobblegum. Number 41, Unbearable. The Gobblegum that when you get a teddy bear in the box, respins the box and it stays for a little bit longer. Okay, how about this? The box moves, I go find the box, I respin it that way, and I don't have to waste a Gobblegum slot for that. I mean, it's not terrible, but the concept is just completely pointless. Number 40, Bored to Death. The Gobblegum, when repairing barriers, kills all the nearby zombies. And let's go back to the whole rebuilding barriers thing. It's useless in BO3. They shred through the barriers instantly. It only lasts for 5 minutes, and although it can be good, it's pointless. Use your Gobblegum slot for something that's better. And then at number 39, we have its alter ego, Board Games, which when you rebuild one board on the barrier, it rebuilds all the boards. The only reason why it's better is because it lasts much longer, 5 full rounds, and it also speeds it up much faster, but it's still pointless. 38, Temporal Gift, the Gobblegum that makes your drops last longer. Okay, that's awesome. So I think how it works is, let's say insta-kill, it lasts 30 seconds, and with this, it lasts 60 seconds. That's awesome. The Gobblegum only lasts 1 full round, so, no thanks. Number 37, Crawl Space, the Gobblegum that turns zombies into crawlers for 5 activations. I am having a hard time believing why anybody would use this for any reason other than to craft the Void Bow. 36, Burned Out. When you get hit by a zombie with this thing, it emits a fire ring that kills all the nearby zombies, which is cool. I mean, if you're in a bad situation, it can be pretty helpful, but you have 2 uses of it, and most of the time you just get hit by 1 zombie and it kills that 1 zombie, and it's fucking useless. Number 35, Respin Cycle. You didn't like what you got from the box? Well, you get 2 free extra spins. Not bad at all, but not very important. Number 34, Head Drama. Yeah, it's an ultra rare mega, and it's one of the worst in the game. So what happens is, for the remainder of the round, not for a full round, just the remainder of it, any bullet which hits a zombie will damage its head. So basically, if you shoot it in the torso, it's head damage, right? I mean, it's not bad, but it's so, again, like pointless. I mean, if you had a shot for every time I said pointless or useless in this video, you would be drunk, and so I suggest you don't do that, but it's not a great Gobblegum. 33, Secret Chopper, another ultra rare that did nothing but disappoint. So for 10 full minutes, you get to buy ammo for your gun off of any other wall gun in the game, except for wonder weapons, so no one uses it. And there's no point to having this if you have a wall weapon, because you could just go to the original wall weapon slot and buy the ammo there. So again, why does this exist? Number 32, Ephemeral Enhancement, the Gobblegum that gives you 120 seconds of a pack-a-punched weapon, which isn't bad, especially on early rounds. But with Gobblegum like wall power and crate power that exists, there is no need for it. Number 31, Dead of Nuclear Winter, which grants you 2 nuke power-ups, which again can be helpful for certain situations. Okay, if you're stuck and you need help, it is there. But if that's the case, I would rather have an in plain sight over this, because then at least it wouldn't end the round when I don't want it to. Number 30, Disorderly Combat. For 5 full minutes, you rotate through guns, which I think is like 10 seconds per gun. So you get like a shotgun 1 minute, then a sniper, then an LMG, then an SMG. You know, it just constantly switches, which, you know, can be helpful on early rounds, but I find it just a little bit annoying. You may get something that you want, but you also may get something you don't want. Number 29, Slaughter Slide. You slide and you slaughter. Go figure. Honestly, really fun Gobblegum to use. The only problem is, you're not always going to be in a scenario where you have the ability to slide. Number 28, Fear in Headlights. So, when you are facing the zombies with this Gobblegum activated, they will be completely still. But the minute you turn your back, they are sprinting at you again. And you get 2 minutes of it. So let's say you need to focus on something like an Easter egg step. This can certainly take some of the pressure off. But again, it's only helpful when you're staring directly at the zombies, and chances are you're not going to be staring directly at the zombies the entire time. 27, Who's Keeping Score? It gives you 2 2 double point power-ups, which is really actually one of the better ones on the earlier rounds, but of course, when you're on the later rounds and you already have 100,000 points, it is, say it with me, useless. But it's great for setting up. Number 26, Pop Shocks. You get 5 electrical melee attacks, which is great for taking out bosses such as the Margwa. And you can take out quite a few zombies at once if you have the balls to run into a horde with this. The only complaint I have about this Gobblegum is that I tend to forget that I have it, and then I'll just knife a zombie regularly and waste it on just one zombie, but that's more of a me problem, but you know, it's a great Gobblegum. Number 25, Extra Credit. You get a bonus 5,000 points at the beginning of your game, which is obviously huge. And if you have a double points, you can get 10,000, which is even huger. That's not a word. I think it's above the double points because this is guaranteed, whereas on the double points, you're not guaranteed to get the 10,000. And it's a great way to stay in shape. Number 24, Killing Time. Probably the most overrated Gobblegum in the game. You freeze all the zombies in place for 20 seconds. And sure, if you shoot them, they die afterwards, but it's 20 seconds, man. Like, if it was a full minute, it would be like one of the better ones in the game, probably like a top 5, but it's not, dude. It's really just not enough time in my opinion. It's not bad at all, don't get me wrong, but I feel as though you could use your slot a little bit wiser. Number 23, Undead Man Walking, which makes all the zombies round 1 speed, so very, very slow. It doesn't freeze them like Killing Time, but it makes them so slow to the point where you really don't even have to worry about it, and instead of lasting for 20 seconds, it lasts for 4 full minutes, which is awesome. And it's also not an ultra rare. I feel as though this Gobblegum is overlooked because, I don't know, it's not as popular, but it is really helpful, especially for Easter eggs, especially Garage Crovey. The zombies on that map are on fucking steroids, and with this Gobblegum, they all just chill out for 4 minutes, and it is an absolute blessing. Number 22, Idle Eyes. So for 3 activations, 30 seconds apiece, the zombies will ignore you and your teammates. The reason why I think it's a tiny bit better than Undead Man Walking is because it's not as rare. You can activate it on your own instead of having it activate immediately, and instead of moving very slowly, they just don't even move at all. Again, very helpful for Easter eggs or anything you need to focus on. Number 21, Mind Blown. So you have 3 activations, and essentially what happens is you pop it and all of the zombies that you see, their heads explode. So if you have an entire wave of zombies, you can kill all of them if you're looking at them, which is like having 3 thunder gun shots. Also, it's really fun to use. Number 20, Fatal Contraption grants you 2 Death Machine drops. Death Machines in Black Ops 3 are phenomenal, and they output a lot of damage, of course, and it automatically gives you a testosterone boost. It lands pretty much directly in the middle because it is a very average Gobblegum. Number 19, Killjoy grants you 2 insta-kills, which is slightly better than the Death Machines in my opinion. That's all. Number 18, Round Robin. You didn't want to play the game the right way? Well, here you go. Skip a few rounds. On round 80, pretty helpful. On round 10, not useful whatsoever. Pick wisely, because half the time, this Gobblegum is not going to help you. But yeah, when you're on those higher rounds, it can take up to 20 minutes, half hour per round, so if you want to save some time, go ahead, but it's not the legit way to play. 17, Unquenchable grants you another perk slot, so if you have 4, you can get a 5th one. It's actually pretty good, and it was one of the best ones earlier when Shadows was the only map, but now we've gotten so many other ones that you're about to see, now it's not so hot. But an extra perk, definitely one of the better ones. Just above that, number 16, we have On the House, which emits a perk bottle drops, so you and your teammates can get a free perk. Granted, it's random and you may not get the one you want, but 4 perks is better than 1. Number 15, Raindrops gives you every single power-up in the game, twice. Enough said. Number 14, Cashback gives you a free max ammo, which of course, you know, on those higher rounds, you're going to be praying for one of these Gobblegums. The reason why it's not higher is because odds are you're going to run across a max ammo anyways, but this certainly is helpful. It's just not top 10 material. Number 13, Bullet Boost. If you have a Pack-a-Punch weapon, you can activate this and get a double Pack-a-Punch on it twice if you didn't like the first one. On a map with a Pack-a-Punch machine, it saves you 2,500 points. On a map without a Pack-a-Punch machine, such as Nocturne and Tow-In, it is the difference between you getting to round 50 and round 150, because double Pack-a-Punch is OP. Number 12, Wall Power gives you the ability to Pack-a-Punch a wall weapon as you purchase it, which of course on maps without a Pack-a-Punch machine is a huge difference. It's still helpful on maps with a Pack-a-Punch machine. It can speed up your game and give you some extra damage on those earlier rounds. Number 11, Crate Power works the same exact way except with the box, and again, very, very helpful because box weapons include some wonder weapons, which makes it better than the Wall Power. Number 10, Phoenix Up, the Gobblegum that says, hey, I'm a good teammate. If somebody goes down, or if multiple people go down, you can revive them with a click of a button and they retain all of their perks, which is terrific. Honestly, one of my favorites because it makes people think that I'm a good zombies player and it makes them think that I'm awesome. And also it does save me the trouble of having to go over there and revive them. Number 9, Soda Fountain. You purchase 1 perk and you get a free one. So very easily you could have all the perks on the map. The only problem is once you have 4, you can't do any more unless you have like an extra perk slot of some sort. So on a map like Origins, this is awesome, and on some other maps, it's not as awesome. It's basically a crippled Perkaholic, and it's still one of the better ones. Number 8, Aftertaste. There's 2 different abilities, one on solo, one on co-op. co-op. So on co-op, if you get revived with all your perks. It's pretty awesome and a little bit overpowered because you get it for 3 full rounds. On solo, it works the same exact way if you have quick revive, except you lose your quick revive, so it really only revives you once with all your perks. Definitely one of the better ones in the game, and it comes in at number 8. Number 7, profit sharing. You and your teammates can share points with each other if you're in the nearby area. So for instance, if you kill a zombie and you get 100 points, then everyone else gets 100 points in your game. Fortunately, I recorded this at 3 a.m. and I wasn't playing with anybody, but hopefully you get the idea. On earlier rounds, this is extremely overpowered, especially if you have a double points, because you can be getting thousands upon thousands of points. The only reason why this isn't higher is because eventually you're gonna hit a point again where you're on a high round and you're not even gonna need points. Also, it's useless on solo, but goddamn, is this Gobblegum good. Number 6, Perkaholic. You get all the perks on the map instantly, which is obviously a huge bonus. It not only saves you thousands of points having to buy the perks, but it also gives you all the extra perk slots. It could be higher, but it doesn't make you invincible. You can still very well go down and lose all of your perks, and also on Ascension, you're never gonna want to use this because the monkeys will just take away all the perks and you'll have wasted a Gobblegum. But yeah, still a really good Gobblegum, makes the game stupid easy, and it comes in at number 6. Number 5, Emulation Liquidation. Grants you 3 fire sale drops. I've already done the math in a different video, but here we go again. You get 15 spins on solo with all 3. And if you happen to have 4 people in your game, that's a total of 60 spins, which only costs you 600 points versus 950 for 1 box spin normally. The fact that you can have your guns picked out and ready to go for the rest of the game on round 1 for only like 50 points or something, like, you know, that's just a crazy idea. Not to mention, you could literally get the wonder weapon for 10 points. Although it's not a guarantee you're going to get the guns you want, you're more than likely going to get it. And it makes the game way too easy for setting up, but it still is a really fun and useful Gobblegum, and it's definitely one of the best ones in the game. Number 4, shopping free. For an entire full minute, you get to run around and open up everything in the map for free. You can buy perks for free, you can get guns for free, open up doors, pack-a-punch, everything for free for a minute. Needless to say, it's extremely overpowered. It takes all of the struggle out of the first half of your game, so I mean, it can be good, especially if you're trying to do an Easter egg, but you really should avoid this if you want to play the legit way. This is definitely one of the most disgustingly overpowered ones, but you know. Number 3, self-medication. I didn't actually realize how good this Gobblegum was until I had to get gameplay for it. So if you go down, you get automatically revived so long as you can kill a zombie with a ray gun, which is certainly manageable. And you have 3 activations for it, so you have 3 chances at life, and you get all your perks back when you get up. So it's like aftertaste on steroids. So again, if you just want to have an easy game, don't be afraid to pop this one. Number 2, power vacuum. Where to begin? Normally in a game of zombies, you have a cap on how many drops you can get per round, and that's 4. But with this, you could likely get maybe 50 to 100 on the later rounds. Death machines, nukes, insta-kills, max ammos, every power-up. You can get like 10 of them each at least. Now, this wouldn't be so bad if it only lasted for like a round or the remainder of a round or whatever, but it lasts for 4. Yeah, a little bit overpowered. When you read the description of it, it doesn't seem so bad. In fact, it seems pretty harmless, but if you use this in-game, you will immediately realize why this is the second best Gobblegum in the game, at least the way I see it. And at number 1, the best Gobblegum in the game, near-death experience. Here you go, take the medal because you have earned it. I mean, 4 rounds of being invincible. I don't know where to begin. Is it overpowered? Yes. Does it make the game too easy? Yes. Does it destroy all motivation to actually want to have any challenge? Yes. Walking into boss fights actually used to be a little bit nerve-wracking because you had a good chance of going down, but now with this thing, I have 0 concerns about walking into boss fights. If you go down on solo with this Gobblegum, you just get right back up. Not a big deal. Shrug it off, whatever. Go down again, that's cool. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time, doesn't matter. Invincible. On co-op, it works a little bit differently because somebody has to be standing near you for you to get revived, but even so, that's still overpowered. I don't know why Treyarch decided to add this into the game. I think they just gave up on making the game difficult because it had already been too easy from the get-go with double pack-a-punch. But yeah, easily the best and the most overpowered Gobblegum in the game. We all know this. Okay, that's the end of the video, guys. It was quite a mouthful, and I tried to get it done as fast as possible. I didn't want to waste any of you guys' time. It took a lot of time, though, to actually make the video. So again, leave a like. That would be awesome. Also, bear in mind that when you have to rank 42 different things, it's going to be a little bit loose. Some could be replaceable and interchangeable, but I feel as though I have a general grasp. Let me know what your personal favorite Gobblegum is down in the comment section. I'll be sure to read. I read all comments. And also, make sure to subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Don't forget to do that. Or an awesome night. I don't know. Go hang out with some friends. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, bro.
No more.